Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Burnsville City Council. It is now 6:30, and I'll call this meeting of the regular Burnsville City Council to order. We will begin this evening, as we always do, with a moment of silence, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. We invite everyone to participate and join us. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The city clerk will please note for the record that Madam Mayor Kautz is absent tonight. She is out of town representing the city of Burnsville at an event. First up on the agenda tonight, announcements and presentations. Our upcoming meetings, for everyone's information, our regular council meetings for February will be on February 3rd at 6:30, Tuesday, February 17th at 6:30. We have a work session on Tuesday, February 10th. We have a special governance meeting to convene discussion on our liquor ordinance scheduled for Tuesday, January 27th at 6:30. Invite everyone to attend that would like to come and learn a little bit about our liquor ordinance discussion. We also have an all-day work session that will be held Friday, January 30th at 8:30 a.m., and it's going to be held at the ballroom at the Nicollet Inn in Burnsville. That is open to the public, so you may join us there if you wish. All other meetings, as you well know, are held here in our council chambers. For presentations, we have Miss Amy Burrell, Executive Director for the Burnsville Convention and Visitors Bureau, who's going to announce tonight the Winter Lighting Award winners. Miss Burrell, would you take the podium? I've been told by a few people that you're celebrating your birthday. Happy birthday from us.
Thank you very much. My 29th again. Well, good evening, council members. We're very excited to be here to present the winners of our 2014 Winter Lighting Contest. And joining me is our title sponsor, Margaret Schreiner with Dakota Electric Association. And Margaret is a board member with Dakota Electric and would like to say a few words.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for your gracious invitation. It's my privilege and my pleasure to be here tonight. Dakota Electric strives to have as many partnerships as we can with the schools, with the local units of government, with business, wherever we see that there's an opportunity with youth. And I'm really happy that I get to do this one tonight. I'm not very good at the Christmas decorating thing. I have tried, and in my neighborhood, for a while, I had a thing where I put the Santa and sleigh out being pulled by flamingos. It was not well received, so I'm not a good one to get into this. But I do appreciate the fact that the others get out and spend, and you see every once in a while in the newspaper how many hours people put into this decorating and how much time it takes, and now they're only half done. I only unplugged mine, but now they got to take it all down and box it all up and put it away. So it is very time consuming. But I think the other thing that's nice about it is so many families that I know, and our family does this when we get the opportunity, get in the car and drive around and use that as an kind of an event, part of the season's events, to go around and see what other people have done. So it's really nice. And I'm especially appreciative of those folks that have chosen to move into the LED field. The LEDs are good for you, they're good for us, they're good for everybody. They just require one small fraction of the electricity to maintain, in my view, their brighter colors. They last a lot longer, and you're doing a lot, since you're all members and owners, you're doing a lot to keep rates reasonable for everyone else. So I thank you for that.
Thank you, Margaret. As I mentioned, Dakota Electric Association is our title sponsor, and we also had a phenomenal partnership with our friends at City Hall, Marty Dahl and his staff, in helping promote the Winter Lighting Contest again. So thank you very much, Marty. And then also the council members for your help in promoting the event, as well as our board of directors. And Madam Mayor Kautz is one of our board members, as is Jenny Faulkner from the city of Burnsville. So the mayor was sad that she wasn't able to be here this evening, but wanted to send her regards to everyone. And then, of course, my partner in crime, and I probably won't be able to get as much done as I am without my great teammate, Amy Judge. So Team Amy, so thank you very much, Amy, for that. This year, we're excited that we have doubled the number of nominees that are participated in the winter lighting contest. So we had 16 nominees. And on the evening of Thursday, December 18th, we boarded motor coach, our staff and board members to go out and judge the nominees for the categories. So the two categories that we have this year are single-family dwelling as well as apartment and townhomes. So we will start with the single-family dwelling, and that is Chris and Ingrid Danielson on River Hills Drive. And the Danielsons are a first-time participant this year. So they really did a great job decorating, and we were excited to have them. But unfortunately, they were unable to be here, so we are going to mail their certificate and winnings to their residents this probably tomorrow. Next, for second place, we had a return nominee. This is his third year. We're happy to have him back. B.J. Bertram on Stevens Avenue. And BJ's decorations weren't only very elaborate and colorful, but they're also synchronized to music. Yes, so we actually were able, because of the nice temperatures we've been having here in Minnesota, we were able to get off the bus this year, so we actually heard the music instead of us just staying on the bus and kind of hiding out. So we are going to present BJ with the certificate. Yep, thank you. Thanks again for your participation.
I just want to say this year, I'd have to say this is the best I've ever seen in the lighting contest. I've been in this contest for many, many years, and this is the best I've ever seen. I've never seen larger trees decorated as I have this year, so it's great to see.
Council, would you,
Yeah, would you like to join us for a photo?
the whole council to join you?
Yes, please. That'd be great. How many hours did you put into that?
I put in, it takes me 4 or 5 weeks.
Wow.
And there's 2 days.
I hope you're retired.
There's 2 days when you get them all lit up, and then when you get them all taken down.
Yeah.
They're great.
We get you guys just to take a step to your left here.
Okay.
Come over.
Am I in front of anybody?
Let's get work elevated.
And then Bill, there you go. I think I can see everybody. Suzanne, can you take just a half step to your right? There you go. On 3, 1, 2, 3. And let's do one more on 3, 1, 2, 3.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. So do you want to Next is our first place winner, and unfortunately they weren't able to join us this evening. Also a first-year participant in the winter lighting contest, Nancy and Doug Odell, and they are on Summit Oaks. And they are one of the nominees that had one of the very large trees that was really decorated. So I don't know if you guys want to take a little peek. Yeah. Isn't that pretty? And next we'll enter into our apartment and townhome category. And a first-year participant is Jerry and Jim Cohen, and they are on Parkwood Drive. So Jerry and Jim, if you'd like to join us. Congratulations. Thank you so much for your participation.
She gets that.
She gets that? All right. I'll give you this then.
And thank you for
Thank you very much.
Can we get everybody to squeeze together for
Okay.
a photo here? All right, perfect. On 3, 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna snap one more. On 3, 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We hope you come back next year.
It's not a snowbird.
And our first place winner in the apartment townhome category is a two-time participant in the winter lighting contest, is Mary Jo Bergquist. So Mary Jo, if you'd like to come up. And I would like to note that Mary Jo had the cutest lit puppy on her balcony. So being the dog lover that I am.
Thank you.
I didn't vote though. So. Oh, they do? Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Gotta love a talented dog like that.
I know, right?
All right, everybody right here on three. 1, 2, 3. Let's snap one more on 3. 1, 2, 3.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks, Margaret. So I'll just conclude really quick by thanking again our partners with the Winter Lighting Contest. Again, Dakota Electric Association. Margaret, thank you so much. Cornerstone Copy, they printed and designed the certificates that the winners received. All of the nominees and participants, a lot of the neighbors nominate their fellow neighbors for this contest. Again, the City of Burnsville, the staff and city council members, our board of directors, two of which are our photographers, Warren Mosier and Bill Corby. So a big thank you to them for taking all the beautiful photos. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Burrell. Councilmember Sherry has some comments?
Yes, I think that this would be a good time to recognize both Amy Burrell and Margaret Schreiner as having been honored as Dakota County Exceptional Businesswomen, this class for 2015. So congratulations to both.
Thank you very much to the CBB for running that contest and doing a great job engaging citizens to decorate and enter the contest. And good luck to, congratulations to all the winners, and good luck to those that are going to enter next year.
The contest is a lot of fun for staff and our board because it gives us an opportunity to connect with our residents when so much of our work is done outside of Burnsville to bring visitors in. So it's really a fun project for us.
Would you like to make a comment? You just need to come up to the podium so we can get you on microphone and camera.
Great.
Lights, sound, action, go for it.
I'd like to note that Star Tribune actually did an article on the lighting for Burnsville, and they interviewed people too. I know they interviewed myself. I'm not sure who else they interviewed.
That's great. Yeah,
Thank you.
Good to
Thank
know.
you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next on the agenda, this is the time for citizen comments. This is an opportunity for anyone in the audience to address the council on an item that is not on our printed agenda and not coming before us at a future meeting. Does anyone wish to address the council regarding an item that is not to be discussed later tonight? Seeing no one, we will move on. Next on our agenda, additions to the final agenda. This is for emergency items that need immediate council action or discussion. Does staff have any additions to the final agenda?
None from staff, Mr. Eichenberg.
Thank you. Does the council have any additions to the final agenda? None. Seeing none, we will move on. Item 4 is consent agenda. All items listed on the consent agenda are considered to be routine and will be enacted by one motion. However, an item may be removed from the consent agenda for a separate discussion and vote. Is there anyone in the audience who wishes an item to be removed from the consent agenda for a separate discussion and vote? Seeing none, does staff wish to remove an item?
None from staff, Mr. Eichenberg.
Thank you. Members of the council, anything to be removed? If no, may I have a motion to adopt the council agenda, or the consent agenda?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Councilmember Sherry, seconded by Councilmember Coughlin. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And the motion carries. Moving on to the regular agenda, we have item number 5, approval of the Planning Commission 2015 work plan. Mr. Ram Singh, Chair of our Planning Commission, will be presenting. Thank you, Mr. Singh. Appreciate your leadership on our Planning Commission, and I know that you've done a lot of hard work to put this 2015 work plan together. And I see that you have a couple of your Planning Commissioners here with you tonight for support.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Acting Mayor Keeley, members of the City Council and staff, members of the listening and viewing audience. It is an honor and a privilege to represent the Planning Commission and to present to you for your approval the work plan for 2015. As you rightly said, Acting Mayor Keeley, I have with me tonight our worthy Vice Chairman of the Planning Commission, Jim Bradrick, and Commissioner Steve Benke. They both are working very, very hard. They are pretty new, but they have done so much that you think that they have been there for years. Year 2014, acting mayor and city council members, was a very busy one for us. We kept working on many issues that came before us and that we had planned to work on, and we were very successful. For 2015, we plan to work on 5 major items, and of course we deal with matters that come to us at our meetings. The first item on our list is to update the surface water management plan, and that will be a major amendment as phase 2 of the plan. The process will include PNRC study and the Planning Commission review. We hope to finish this, to complete this by the second half of 2015. As we all know, water is very important to all of us, and we plan to work on the environmental overlay of our wellhead protection. That is very important. We want to make sure that all our homes and our residents of Burnsville get pure water, and so we intend to spend some time to work on this. This will be completed hopefully sometime during the year. We also plan on working on the ordinance provisions for solar energy. Now, we have not had too many applications or requests in Burnsville for solar energy, windmill and those kinds of things. But we don't want to wait until we are bombarded with requests before we come up with plans as how to manage those. So we'll be putting in some work, and hopefully we'll get that done this year. We also plan to study the performance standards for conditional uses in Zone R1. We have plans, but things have come to us that we can change, we can revisit and tweak, and so we intend to do some studies on that and work on it during the year. And finally, we intend to study standards for monument signs. Every meeting almost we have requests for different kinds of signs, and so the monument signs we intend to look at, and especially for those small business areas, to make sure that we have the necessary guidelines, so when applications come, the applicants know what the requirements are, and we give directions to staff as to how to advise them. Acting Mayor Keeley and City Council members, staff, this is our plan for the year. As I said, this is just the plan in writing. It's not cast in concrete. Sometimes we have to switch and take on other ideas that come up that need our attention. I'll be happy to answer any questions, and I must say before I leave that Burnsville has the best planning staff. I have worked with other cities, and staff in Burnsville are so good, they make our job easy because they advise us, they come up, they do the groundwork, and the plans they send to us for consideration are well worked on. So I want to thank them for their help that they give to the Planning Commission so we can advise you appropriately.
Wonderful. Thank you very, very much for the kind words, Mr. Singh, for staff. We would concur. I think we have a great staff that provides some great direction. But take nothing away from yourself and your fellow planning commissioners in the work that you do. You carry a lot of water. You make our jobs easier. And this is a position that many people may not realize you're volunteering your time. That is a very, very valuable service and asset to this city and to our government here. So thank you very, very much. Mr. Coughlin, you have some comments?
I just wanted to echo that and say we deeply thank you. We know how hard you work, and you make our job much easier as well. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Any comments, questions from council on the Planning Commission work plan for 2015?
No, it just looks like it's, you have a lot on your plate. We look forward to seeing your comments and your discussions and your thoughts. Thank you.
We work hard on the Planning Commission just like you do.
I know you
We
do.
want to make Burnsville the best place to live, the best place to work, the best place to have your business, and the best place to shop. We work hard. We all live here. So it's a pleasure to do that for our community. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Singh, and to Mr. Broderick, Mr. Benke, and the rest of the Planning Commission. We really do appreciate the work you're doing and continue to do. You've been busy in 2014, and sounds like you're going to stay busy in 2015. May I have a motion to approve the Planning Commission work plan?
So moved.
Second.
Motion. I said, don't make me laugh. I might have helped that. Motion by Councilmember Coughlin, second by Councilmember Sherry by a split second. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? And the motion carries. Thank you very much. And thanks again for the planning commissioners for all the work you do. Item number 6, I may now recess the city council meeting to conduct the annual organizational meeting of the Economic Development Authority. I'll recess one meeting, and as president of the EDC, I'll open up the next meeting. I'll call the meeting to order of the EDA. The clerk will note that Commissioner Couts is absent. Item number 1, additions to the agenda. Do we have any? Sounds good. Seeing none, we'll move on. Elections of officers by resolution. We need to take nominations for a slate. Commissioner Coughlin.
I'd like to nominate Commissioner Keeley for president and Commissioner Sherry for vice president,
And we need a nomination for a treasurer.
and Bill Coughlin for treasurer.
Who's that guy? Thank you very much, Commissioner Coughlin. The finance director is appointed by, as the assistant treasurer, the city clerk is appointed as secretary, and the city manager is appointed as the executive director. Do we have any other nominations to entertain? Seeing none, we have a motion or a nomination. I need a motion and a second.
Move
for
to
the slate.
approve.
Sorry.
I got in there this time.
A motion by Councilmember Nguyen.
Second?
Second by, Commissioner Nguyen. Second by Commissioner Coughlin. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And the motion carries. We will remain with our current slate in 2015. Thank you very much for the vote of confidence. We have another item, consent agenda approving the December 2nd minutes. Is there anyone who wishes this item to be removed from the consent agenda for a discussion or vote? Seeing none, I need a motion for the consent agenda for our minutes of the last meeting.
Move to approve. Second.
Motion by Commissioner Nguyen, second by Commissioner Sherry. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? And the motion carries. We also have approval of the 2014 Burnsville Economic Development Authority Annual Report. We have a presenter, Mr. Skip Nienhaus, our Economic Development Coordinator, has some information for us.
Thank you, Mr. President and Commissioners. The EDA bylaws stipulate that each year the EDA will approve the annual report. Staff has prepared your annual report. In 2014, the EDA held 5 meetings. At your January meeting, you elected your officers and approved the annual report for 2013. At the May meeting, you adopted a resolution approving a First Amendment to the contract for private development between the EDA and United Properties Residential. At the September EDA meeting, you adopted a resolution authorizing a proposed levy of a special benefit levy. At the November EDA meeting, you approved an agreement with our legal counsel and bond counsel, and you also at that meeting approved an agreement with our independent financial advisory firm. And finally, at your December meeting, you adopted a resolution authorizing the special benefit levy. That is the annual report for 2014. I would stand for questions.
Commissioners, any questions for Mr. Nienhaus on our annual activity report? None seen? Thank you very much, Mr. Nienhaus.
Thank you, Mr.
Appreciate the
President.
report. With no questions, I need a motion.
So move.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Sherry, second by Commissioner Nguyen. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And the motion carries. We accept the annual report. Thank you very much, Mr. Nienhaus. There are no other items to consider, and a motion to adjourn the Economic Development Authority meeting is in order.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Coughlin, second by Commissioner Sherry. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? And the motion carries. We'll adjourn the meeting of the Economic Development Authority. And we are back with the Burnsville City Council. Members of the council, there are no other additional items for us tonight, and I need a motion to adjourn. Or you want to stay longer?
Move to adjourn.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Wynn, second by Commissioner Sherry. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And the motion carries. Good night. Thank you very much for joining us. We'll see you shortly.